So I had an oracle deck brought back to me, and that is my favorite gift from an excursion, and is the Empath's Oracle. So I am going to just pull and read a few cards for anyone that might see this video. This deck has very lovely artwork. It's by Raven Digitalis, yes, and the art is by Cranston and Bax, and that name stuck out to me because when the condition that I have been diagnosed with is recognized in animals by vets is called digital dermatitis. So digitalis is kind of interesting. So anyways, shuffle and see what we come up with. My only thing I would say about this deck is that the cards are a bit thin. But other than that, so far it seems to be quite lovely deck. I put some earrings on to go with my necklace. I made them. All right. Got a little digital dermatitis going on right there. It gets worse by the towers, so I'm looking forward to getting off the grid again, or at least halftime. Seeking Healing Water was the first one that I pulled. There's lots of birds in this deck, and it's surreal, which like goes along with my theme of some of my favorite decks, being ones that have a surreal theme. Hang on. I passed it. So, 10. Seeking Healing Water. Contemplating the presence of water and its influence in daily life, creating a deeper relationship with water on a spiritual level, following the cycle of the moon's tides in order to better understand our life's journey. Baths are really important to me, especially with a human with digital dermatitis, but if you're watching this, it may be a sign that you need to take some spiritual baths and cleanse. Imagery. The blue fluid imagery in this card's painting is calling toward the water element. This invites an engagement with water in some form. The image portrays the fusion with water as an elemental force. Its fluid consistency passes into the person depicted, giving her the magical power to always be flexible in thought and action. So be fluid, find your flow, and also maybe check out where your water signs are placed in your birth charts. Deeper meanings. Water is a healing force. Empathy and emotions are ruled by the water element. Many empaths believe that this element can provide the most healing and rejuvenating energy. Our personal relationship to water element can keep us from getting emotionally stuck or stagnant in life. Also, maybe of Lemurian or Atlantis sort of descent. Up to 60% of human bodies consist of water. Evolutionary, we came out from the depths of the ocean and will always remain naturally connected to the mighty sea. The process of creating a deeper relationship with water also connects to the cycles of the moon. If the ocean's tides are intricately connected to the lunar cycle, it only makes sense that Lady Luna influences our bodies, including our thoughts and emotions. Metaphysical systems recognize that the new moon is a time for looking within and forming new beginnings. The waxing cycle is a time for increasing the energy we intend to invoke in our lives. The full moon is a time to make prayers and to consider the things we wish to emotionally release. As the moon wanes, certain energies can be intentionally decreased. Metaphysical and astrological systems also recognize that the moon represents emotions as well as the subtle and conscious forces that can dictate how we approach and live our lives. When approaching the lunar cycle with intentional awareness, we are tapping into our buttholes. the water element in a cosmic way, helping pave the road to a brighter future. That's very nice. Suggestions for action: engaging with water and being sure to wash our buttholes thoroughly. Engaging with the water can take a form of enjoying a relaxing bath, cleansing shower, dip in the ocean, going swimming, standing in the rain, meditating by a stream, finding the natural hot springs. Oh dear, if that's a sign. I can't wait to have some private land with my very own private hot springs. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Anyways, and even hydrating the body with pure water throughout the day. It is a good practice to examine your pee after urinating. If it's dark in color, it's time to drink more water. Staying properly hydrated helps the whole body function better, which in turn helps with mental and emotional wellness. And especially these days, if you happen to be in a very highly electric zone, be sure you're drinking enough water. By additionally paying attention to and aligning our energies with the lunar cycle, we can intentionally activate the water within us, allowing us to grow daily in emotional maturity and wisdom. Shall we pull another?
Shall we?
We shall. We shall. Oh, this one flew out, and it is transforming empathetic absorptions. Did you pull the same one? All right. Transforming empathetic absorptions. Number 13, which is a good number. The last one was number 11. This is number 13. And it says, oh, and it's 14, but I like 14. It's about artistic creativity. Okay, transforming empathetic absorptions. Essential themes: converting empath emotions into positive expression, learning how external emotional energy enters the body, and trusting in the ability to project energy instead of only receive. Imagery. The picture illustrates the multitude of influences and impressions we take in and send out at the same time. There is something of a cyclical energy present in the painting, indicating that nothing is permanent. We all hold the power of self-liberation and emotional transformation. Did you really pull this one? Nothing is permanent. Deeper meanings. Pulling this card is a reminder that you are not a victim of circumstance. Instead, you are a special soul who has the capacity to emotionally transform that which enters your sphere. Have you noticed that your mood at any given time actually influences the emotions of other people around you? This is because individuals with high levels of empathy tend to rub off on those around them. This makes empathy not only absorptive, but also projective. Because we are strong empaths, people actually empath emotions from us in return, even if they don't know it. During times of anxiety and panic, we must come back to center. We can feel the emotions that we've absorbed or that we are experiencing from within, but we can actively transform them even if we seem totally swept away at the moment. This is especially relevant when encountering any sort of conflict with another individual. When we choose to conduct that emotional energy and transform it, we become better able to respond peacefully in a challenging situation. Empaths transmute energy, and this is part of the healing process we are born to generate. I bet they're missing that at my last place of work. Did you really pull this one? This was a good one for you. Suggestions for action. I discuss the concept of transforming empathetic absorptions throughout my book, Esoteric Empathy. Ooh, let's check that out. But to make a long story short, when you're in a social situation or alone after one, where you've clearly absorbed excess emotional energy, I do that in a big way. Imagine the emotional energy entering the left side of your body and exiting the right side while you talk and engage with another person or situation. This will help you disengage with these energies and will transform them instantaneously. This alchemized emotional energy, holy base, shook the house. Sorry. Transmute that, Jazz. This alchemized emotional energy instantly becomes projected outward. When empathetic energy is projected outward, it should be transformed. For example, when emotional energy is becoming excessively absorbed, as visualized on the left side of your body, imagine this energy surrounded by a comforting white light. This light instantly overtakes the emotional energy and exits your body, transformed and transmuted into something lighter and more positive. Again, this can happen in a split second, even when you're engaged in conversation with someone. It can also be a process undertaken in solitary meditation. It takes focus and confidence. For many empaths, this bit of wisdom can feel life-saving. So please trust the message of this card. You are more powerful than you think. Embrace your empathetic power. It's not always easy to be an empath, but it is powerful and much needed. Let's do one more card. Oh. Mystic Sally up in the house tonight. Ooh. Shielding, protecting, and grounding. Very important. Get outside. Get off the grid. Get your feet on the ground. All right, number 4. Oh, there we go. Shielding, protecting, and grounding. Essential themes. Protecting ourselves from heavy emotional forces. Learning how to find our centers of sanity and stability during challenging times. Activating self-care on various levels. Imagery. The card's image symbolizes the protection of our inner fire, signifying that we have the ability to separate ourselves from the outer world when necessary. And in an almost cage-like fashion, the person in this card is consciously choosing to protect their own energy. So, not only do you want to break free from the cage, you also sometimes want to put yourself in a cage. It's a balance thing. Deeper meaning. Sweet, empathetic soul, it's time to bring up those shields and get back to center. That is what I have to say sometimes. Radiant shield activated. Radiant shield activated. Radiant shield activated. And it works. So try it. All right. It's ridiculously easy to get wrapped up in the day-to-day grind to the point that we forget about energetic self-care. As empaths, it's imperative that we remember to shield and protect ourselves regularly. So oils can be good for that. White angelica. I feel like it's white angelica in particular is a very good shielding oil. Really important to put it on the sides of your upper arms. Rose, of course, is the highest herb, so that one's always good too. But white angelica is very lovely smelling. And I don't know any other ones. Maybe you do. Comment below. Daily visualizations to ground and protect ourselves can make our empathetic life miles easier to navigate. This card indicates that you are not doing enough empathetic self-care on an energetic level. All of reality is energy. There is nothing separated from the vibrational reality of life. Even the most solid object is in actuality impermanent. Although it's easy for empaths to become lazy with energetic upkeep, it can go a long way in helping us maintain balance as we go about daily life. Because energy is different, this energetic upkeep can take a variety of forms and is different for each person. Empaths must practice energetic shielding and protection exercises because we do not only absorb energies from others throughout daily life, but also through the media, from environment, social media, and even from our dreams. Throughout waking and sleeping life, there are numerous opportunities for external emotional energies to become attached to our person. And it is for that reason we must practice regular shielding, protection, and grounding however we see fit. Starting to remember my dreams again. I do want to start writing them down as soon as I wake up whenever I can. So that might be a good practice to be able to process it, release it, and come back to it. What was the other thing in there that I saw? I wanted to point out, oh, for media environment, social media, and even in social media. So it may be good to practice like taking a social media break. Certain cultures used to basically, and we should do this as much as possible, fast one day of every week. So that might be a good suggestion or a thing to think about doing, is taking a complete social media fast one day out of the week, considering it a day of rest. And also, if there are any social media sites that you feel like aren't serving you and possibly, creating issues, perhaps just get rid of those suckers. And as few apps on your devices or phones as necessary, like lessen the apps, lessen the games, and, get outside and do something productive. Both grounding and protective shielding help bring us back to our core and our center. With regular practice, we can become more adept to navigating the world as highly sensitive individuals. So meditation outside, maybe turning off your Wi-Fi at night. It's never a bad idea. Suggestions for action. The methodologies behind shielding, protecting, and grounding are massively varied. What works well for one empath may not work for another. This is why we must discover what works best for us personally based on our own experiences, beliefs, and abilities. One of the most common forms of grounding is to enter a state of meditation, whether briefly or for an extended period of time. Take deep breaths, relax, and imagine a cord or root going deep into the earth. You can visualize this cord absorbing nutrients from the earth, touching the mycelium network that connects all natural plant life, and even draw up light energy from the earth's core. Finish by visualizing this cord or root coming back into your body and surrounding your energy fields. Energetic shielding works similarly through meditative visualization. Being most effective in the morning, we can see ourselves surrounded by any substance, from a protective crystal to a gentle ring of fire. Just be careful not to visualize metal shields, as they can be suffocating by keeping out too much external energy. Visualization and imagination go hand in hand, so it's important for us to trust our instincts when experimenting with energy shielding. So, if you have something that you've discovered works really well for you, maybe comment it below. I really appreciate positive comments, so there are not enough of those. Thank you.